Yes, sir.
Yes. Just turn on your camera and show. Okay. What was the answer? Okay, good. What is the answer?
30.18.
Okay, good. Fine. Anybody else? Sachin Todkari. Sachin,
Yes, sir.
yes. Have you thought?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please show by turning on your camera. Okay, what is the answer? 30.
30.07 ampere.
Okay, 30.07. Okay, good. Pradyumna. Pradyumna Devasthal. Aishwarya Dalve. See,
No, sir.
you have not solved. Any problem?
सर कालच लेक्चर केलं नव्हतं मी.
Very good. Okay, and next, Anmol. Anmol. Yes. What is the answer, Anmol? 30. Okay, good. Uh, Prajakta. Prajakta Bodke.
Yes, sir.
Yes, can you show? Okay, just little down, little down. Okay, fine. Mm, Rajashri.
Yes, sir.
Yes, can you show?
सर आवाज येत नाही तुमचा.
Can you show the answer?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please. Okay, good. Okay, enough, enough. You can turn now. Okay. So fine. So all of you have solved. Okay. So now we will go for the another numericals. Okay. So yeah, this was the numerical, right? So okay, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, right, this was the example. So, all of you have answer of 30, right? So, let us see whether it is correct or not. Huh? So, let us go for the solution. Okay. So, see. First thing that they had told us that whatever the separately excited motor is there, that means their fluxes is a constant term. Okay. Then second thing we know that is torque is directly proportional to the armature current, and that is why we can write T is equal to phi m into Ia. Okay. So now torque they had given us, that is the 70 Newton meter. So we will take, instead of T, we will take a 70 is equal to Km into Ia. So for Ia, to calculate Ia, what we will do, we will take the formula that 70 by Km. Okay. Now also we know that the back EMF is equal to Km omega. Okay, so that Km omega we can write down that 900 is RPM, that is in a RPM. So we will convert it into radians per second. So we'll multiply by 2 pi by 60. We'll multiply by 2 pi by 60. Okay, so that we will calculate here, minus Km into 35. Okay, so why we are doing like that way? Because it, as they had given us, whenever we will neglect all the whatever mechanical losses are there, and in the separately excited DC motor, while we are just solving that time, we will just calculate whatever the values are there. So with that reference we will get, if we apply the KVL, that means V minus IRA. That time V is nothing but what, that is the Km, this is the equal. Okay, so that is the Km 35 into uh, is equal to 220 minus. Okay, so that is V is nothing but here given 220. Ia value we had calculated here. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so we got the equation that is equal to Km 35 220 minus 70 by Km into 0.02. So we will just sort it out. Okay, so once we will sort it out, with that Km we have to multiply by here also, and we have to multiply by here also. So we can also multiply that Km here also. So the side become Km square 35 20 Km, that Km will cancel, 70 into 0.02, that will be the 1.4. Okay, so that kind of equation we can see. We will take all the values to the left hand side, that will become Km square 35 minus 220 Km plus 1.4 is equal to 0. So from that, if we solve this arithmetic equation, we will get the Km is equal to 2.3278. So what they have asked, they have asked current drawn by the motor. So that current drawn by the motor, we can calculate Ia is equal to 70 by Km. So that kind 70 divided by 2.3278, we will get the answer, that is the 30.07. So around figure, that is 30 option is given here. So this is the right answer. Okay. So this is all about this example. Any doubt? Now take it down. Any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Huh. Then then we can move towards the another one. Yes, Sachin, please read the example.
A 120 volt DC shunt motor takes 2 ampere no load. It takes 7 ampere on full load while running at 1200 rpm. The armature resistance is 0.8 ohm and shunt field resistance is 240 ohm. The no load speed in rpm is
Okay, so 120 volt supply is given, 2 ampere at no load, 7 ampere at full load, speed at full load, armature resistance is given, shunt resistance is given, so calculate to no load speed, right? So what we have to do? Any idea what we should do? Yes, so we can go for the first of all shunt field current. So I'll just draw the diagram here. Okay, this is the shunt winding, this is the armature winding. Okay, so this is your motor, DC shunt motor. Here we can say IL, here we can say IA, here we can say ISH. So first of all we will calculate. Here we know that 120 is given, that is the voltage, right? So RSH is given, that is the 240. RA is given, that is a 0.8 ohm, right? So if we will draw this like diagram like that way, we can easily find out. So first of all we will calculate ISH. So ISH is equal to V upon RSH. So what is the V? V is 120. RSH is equal to 240. So that is nothing but 0.5, right? Any doubt? 0.5 is a shunt field current. Then now we have this value 0.5. IL is equal to 7 ampere at full load and is equal to 2 ampere at no load. So let us calculate IA for no load and IA for full load. So IA for no load means 2 ampere minus 0.5. 1.5 is IA at no load, and IL at a full load 7 minus 0.5, then IA at full load we will get 6.5. Any problem in case of IA at no load and IA at full load?
no sir.
Yeah. So
No,
abhi,
sir.
now let us start. Yeah. Now let us go for the calculation of induced EMF. So first of all we will calculate the induced EMF for no load. Then we will calculate induced EMF for full load. What is the change? Only change is about the current. At no load we will take armature current at no load, and at full load we will take armature current at full load. So according to that, at no load we will get 118.8 volt, and in case of the full load we will get 114.8 volt. So as we know that a back EMF is directly proportional to the phi n. So again we will go for the that equation. As we know that flux IF is a constant. Okay, as we know that field current is a constant. Okay, so due to this constant we know phi is a constant, so only the term will remain, that is E is directly proportional to the N. So from that we can write the equation E no load at E full load is equal to N no load at N full load. Okay, so speed at no load will be equal to 118 by 114, and whatever the speed at full load is given, that is 1200. So from that equation we will get 1241.8118 is the answer, and that is the again numerical type of example. Okay, so that is the right answer, and we can have a 1 or 2 marks for this right answer. Okay, so this is the again very simple example we have seen. Now this is the crucial examples. This is the hard examples which can be asked in a GATE examination. So like that example, we have to take more efforts to solve this kind of example. So see what they have asked: 4-pole motor, lap connected, separately excited, is drawing steady current of 40 ampere while running at 600 rpm. A good approximation for the wave shape of the current in an armature conductor means what? They want to understand what will be the current wave shape and what will be the magnitude. Now see, here is a 10 ampere, here is a 10 ampere, but again here is a 10 ampere. But most important is what will be the shape. Here is a constant, here is a rectangular, or we can say square, and here is a sinusoidal. But here is again 4T. Whatever the current is given, that is taken here. So that is a very tricky example, and we have to go for that kind of example. So first of all, we know that total current, how much is given? It is given a 40 ampere. So as we know that, how much pole is given? Pole is equal to how much? P is equal to 4. So tell me, in case of lap connected, what is A? A is equal to, what is A? A means parallel path. So in lap winding, what is A? A is equal to, A is equal to, what is the relation of poles and parallel path in case of the lap winding? That is equal to 4. A is equal to P. Is it correct? Is it correct?
Yes.
So now parallel path is equal to number of poles is equal to 4. So there is a 4 path and there is a 40 current. So means this is a current, that is a 40 ampere. Okay, and there is a 4 path, 1, 2, 3 and 4 path. So what will be current? What will be the current? Will it be same or different? Yes, tell me. Now currents having 4 paths. So in that 4 path, how current will be distributed? It is distributed equally. That means it is divided by 4. So the current will be how much? How much is current? 10
10 ampere.
ampere. So this answer is incorrect. Is that correct? So first and second answer we will neglect. Okay. Now next, speed is given. How much is 600 is speed? So from the speed, can we calculate the frequency? What is the formula? N is equal to 120 F divided by P. So N is nothing but 600 is equal to 120 into F divided by 4. So this 4 will goes to this side and 120 will comes to downside. So F is nothing but what? 12, 5 into 4, that is 20 hertz. Is it right? 20 hertz. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
So tell me, what is the relation of frequency and time?
P is equal to 1
1 by T,
Yes.
right? So 1 upon 20. 1 upon 20. What will be the answer? 1 upon 20. See, this T will go this side. That means T is equal to 1 divided by frequency, right? So F is nothing but 20. So 1 upon 20, that is nothing but 50 millisecond. Is that correct? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So this is the 50 millisecond, right? So now, sorry. $15 millisecond is a our time. Okay, now see, this already we had this demand. Then second one is also, it is not correct because the frequency is, time is a total time that is given 50 millisecond. Is that correct? Total time is given as a 50 milliseconds. Now there is a two answers. There is a two answers. Now you tell me what will be the answer and which manner we can see this current whatever flowing in the armature conductor. So how it will be the, what will be the wave shape? Anyone? Toppers? Anyone? Take a 1 or 2 minutes. But just I want answer from anybody. इतका अवघड आहे का? तुम्हाला सांगायला येत नाही असं इतका अवघड आहे का? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
हा, काय येईल आन्सर सांगा. काय येईल? ऑप्शन डी. हा, का सांगा पाहू. काही असू द्या कारण, चुकीचं असेल तरी काही हरकत नाही. सांगा काय असेल रिझन. सिंपल रिझन आहे.
काय ना सर.
हा, मला सांगा प्रत्येक पाथ मध्ये जो काही 10 एम्पियर करंट जाणार आहे तो कॉन्स्टंट राहील का काय राहील? कॉन्स्टंट राहील की नाही राहील? मला सांगा, इथं तुमचा जो मी तुम्हाला करंट दाखवला 40 आला होता, राईट? So that 40 current is again distributed in 4 parallel paths. So 10, 10, 10. So that 10 current will become a constant or not? That is the question.
Constant.
That will become constant. Why? Because as long as your conductor path is a single path, or we can say as long as there is a one conductor path, that will remain a constant. Okay. So when if suppose there is a commutation actions, and if suppose due to that commutation actions, if suppose here we can say this is the diagram, right? This is, I will draw here. So now first thing, as I told you, there is a I can say t. That means there is a 50 millisecond. There is a total 50 millisecond, right? So in between there is a 25 millisecond. Okay. So now there is a 10 ampere current. So first thing, first of all, that current will be the same, right? Current is a constant, right? Current is a constant. Are you agree or not?
Yes, sir.
First of all, current is a constant. So that is why we will just consider this is the constant. So there is a starting time, there is a some little bit fluctuation like that way. And again, if suppose I will change the commutation, and due to the commutation action, that current will reverse. That current will reverse. So that will goes to downside. And again, here we can say there is a minus 10. So this current again here, it will become a constant. Again, if suppose the commutation action is changed, it will goes like that way. Again it is continuing, it is again goes down. So like that way. So now tell me, where is your option? Where is your option? Option C. Okay, here you can see, is there current is a constant? Current is sinusoidally flowing, right? But there is no constant current. But here you can see there is a constant current, right? So that is why this answer is correct. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. So very simple example. This will can be asked for the 2 marks. Okay, just keep in mind. Preeti, read the example.
A DC shunter generator delivers 45 ampere at a terminal voltage of 20 volt. The armature and the shunt field resistance are 0.01 and 44 ohm respectively. The stray losses are 375 watt. The percentage efficiency of the DC generator is.
Okay. So what is asked? a DC generator. Now it is a generator question. It is delivering 45 ampere voltage to 20 volt. Armature and short field resistances are given. Stray losses 375. Then ask the percentage efficiency. Okay. So let us start. Let us go for the solution. First thing, what we will calculate? We will calculate copper losses. Now copper losses is equal to, first of all, armature copper losses. Armature copper losses plus field copper losses. Am I correct? Am I correct?
Yes,
Am
sir.
I? Yes. So now we know that this is a generator, this is a field winding, this is a armature winding. Okay, this is a generator. Now, what is the direction of current? The direction of current is, we can say, here is your ISH, here is your IL, and here is your IA. So what is the equation? What is equation? Please tell me, what is the equation?
I is equal to ISH plus I.
Yes, yes.
IA is equal to ISH plus IL.
Very good. IA is equal to ISH plus IL, right? But now we have value of IL. It is given here, right? But have we any value for IA or ISH? We can find out ISH. How much voltage is given? 220 volt. How much RSH is given? That is 44, right? So can we calculate ISH? 220 divided by 44. किती येतं? 5 ampere, right? Am I
Yes,
right?
sir.
So IA is equal to, ISH is equal to 5 plus that IL is equal to 45. How much is IA? 50, right? So tell me, armature copper loss and field copper loss. Armature copper loss means IA square RA. Field copper loss means ISH square RSH. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So IA is calculated 50, so 50 square into 0.01 armature resistance is given, plus ISH we had calculated here 5 ampere, 5 square into RSH is given 44. So we will calculate, we have copper loss of 11,425, right? Output is, now see, stray losses we have here. Okay, so now what we will do, we have to calculate output. So how we can calculate output? Output is, can be calculated voltage into current. So 220 into 45. Is that correct? Is that correct?
Yes.
So output divided by output plus losses means input, right? So output is nothing but 220 into 45. Losses means here is a total copper losses plus stray losses. So these losses can be added, and once we will solve this, we will got 86.84 percentage. Okay, here see, if they only ask us efficiency, you can write this one. If they will ask you only efficiency, you can write this one. But if they ask you percentage efficiency, you have to write here answer as a 86.84%. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. Now we will move towards the next one. And the next is, yes, who can read? Anyone? Anyone interested? I'm waiting. 40 students are there.
Separately excited DC generator supplies 150 ampere and 145 volt DC grid. The generator is running at 800 rpm. The armature resistance of the generator is 0.1 ohm. If the speed of the generator is increased to 1000 rpm, the current in amperes supplied by the generator to the DC grid is dash.
Very good. So separately excited DC generator is given with a current 150 ampere with a voltage 145 DC grid, running speed at a 800 rpm. Armature resistance is provided. If the generator speed is increased to 1000 rpm, means 800 to 1000, then what will happen to the current? So current is 150 ampere. So what will happen to the current? Whatever supplying by the generator to the DC grid, that we have to mark here. Okay. So let us go for the solution. So first thing, we know that back EMF is equal to voltage plus IRA in case of the DC generator. So voltage is a 145, right? And IA is nothing but 150 multiplied by resistance is a 0.1 is equal to 160 ohm. So that is the back EMF. Okay. Now again they have told us separately excited. Separately excited means your fluxes will become constant. Fluxes will become constant. That means your A is equal to speed. E is directly proportional to the speed. So we can write E2 by E1 is equal to N2 by N1. So now you tell me what is the E2? We don't know. Is equal to N2 divided by N1 multiply by E1. Okay. So N2 value they had given 1000. N1 value 800 into E1 value we had 160. So 0 0 got 16 into 5, 5 into 2. So that is nothing but what? 200 volt. What is the value? Why it is? It is for the E2. So E2 we got value of 200 volt. So now again we know the equation E2 is equal to V plus IARA. So now V is equal to nothing but 145. E2 is equal to 200 plus IA is nothing but we have to find out RA is the value of 0.1. Just take this term to left hand side. So 200 minus 145 that will become 55 is equal to IA into 0.1. So this 0.1 will comes to this side, then IA will become equal to 550 ampere. Now see, your current was 150 ampere, but once your speed is changed to 1000 rpm, your current also increased to the 550 ampere. So our answer we will write here 550 ampere. 550 ampere, then you will get 2 marks easy. Is that clear? Any doubt? Yes, anyone? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Then, who will read again? Self-interested. Don't tell me to ask anyone. Those who can read, just go for it. Otherwise, I will take a name. Anyone interested?
A 220-volt DC series motor runs drawing a current of 30 ampere from the supply. Armature and field circuit resistance are 0.4 ohm and 0.1 ohm respectively. The load torque varies as the square of the speed. The flux in the motor may be taken as being proportional to the armature current. To reduce the speed of the motor by 50%, the resistance in ohm that should be added in series with the armature is dash.
Okay, good one. One question. Bagal, can you rename your name? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you tell me whether you can rename your name, whatever name is there, no? Can you rename that one? Is it possible to rename?
No, sir.
Okay, you can't. Okay, fine. Okay, so 220 volt DC series motor is a given with a load current, armature resistance, field resistance. Load torque varies as square of speed. Flux in the motor may be taken as a being proportional to the armature current. To reduce the speed of by motor by 50%, resistance in ohm should be added. Again, very simple question. Yesterday again we had seen. Can you tell me how to solve? How to solve? We have to calculate? We have to calculate REXT, R external, right? So first of all, we will calculate. First of all, we know that there is a zero. There is first of all, what we will do? You see the circuit. Circuit will be like that way, right? So this is the circuit. So whatever this resistance and whatever the RA, both will get added. So for that, VT minus IA into bracket RA plus RAC. So 220 minus 30 into bracket 0.4 plus 0.1. So that time we will get E is equal to 205. Now speed is speed to reduce the speed of motor by 50% means your N2. Suppose your N1 is equal to 1, then your N2 will become 0.5 into N1. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right or wrong? Is it correct? What I am writing here means if suppose we will consider first speed is 1, then next speed is reduced by 50 means if next speed is N2, that is 1/2 of or 50% of N1 means 0.5 of N1, right? So now as they told, the load torque varies as square of the speed means T is directly proportional to the N square. So what we will do, T2 by T1 is equal to N2 by N1, okay, is a square into, so N2 by N1, so N2 by N1, this N1 we will take this side, so N2 by N1 is equal to 0.5 and bracket square, 0. Square means 0.25. Again, next thing also we know that the flux in a motor may be taken as being proportional to the armature current, but also we know that torque is directly proportional to the Ia square. Okay, so torque we can write T2 by T1 is equal to Ia2 divided by Ia1 bracket square, right, is equal to, what is the value for T2 by T1? T2 by T1 we had calculated here 0.25. That means Ia2 by Ia1 square is equal to 0.25. If we will take a square root, Ia2 divided by Ia1 is equal to 0.5. Is equal to 0.5. But Ia1 is given, that is 30 ampere. So that means Ia2 we can calculate is equal to 0.5 multiplied by 30. That is equal to 15 ampere. So the armature current for the next speed, that when we will decrease speed by the 50%, that time we got the value for armature current. So now again same, E is equal to V minus Ia into bracket RA plus RSE plus R external. Am I right? Am I right or wrong?
Right.
So V is equal to 220 minus 15 ampere into bracket RA plus RAC, that is 0.5, okay, plus R external. So is equal to, we will calculate, E is nothing but what? E is nothing but what? What is the value for E? Can we tell? Anyone? Let us show you. Let me show you. Here again same thing. See, E again, we know that E is directly proportional to the phi, and phi is proportional to the C. Here flux in the motor may be taken as being proportional to the armature current, so phi can be written as Ia. So E2 by E1 is equal to Ia2 by Ia1. Okay, so that E2 is equal to, what is the value for E2? E2 is nothing but E2 can be calculated. How? That 205 into 0.5 into 0.5. Okay, so means what? Means they had told us about the all values, so we can calculate simply E2. So that E2 is nothing but what? So E2 is nothing but 51.25. Now we have E1, E2. Now we have E1, E2, right? But as we know that V is equal to V is E is equal to V minus Ia, we will say R2. Divide. So from that equation we can solve that R2 is equal to uh, V minus E divided by Ia is equal to, what is V? V is nothing but 220 minus E is nothing but what we had just calculated, that is the 51.25 divided by Ia. Ia we had calculated, that is the 15. So once we will calculate, that is nothing but 11.25. That is total R2. That is total R2. But what is the equation for R2? R2 is nothing but RA plus RSE plus R external, right? So we calculate this R external. What we have to do? We have to subtract that. So we can write R2 is equal to RA plus RSC means 0.5 plus R external. So R external can be written as R2. R2 is nothing but 11.5025 minus, what is the value of there? 0.5. So we will do that one, then we will get 10.75. 10.75 ohm, that is the right answer, and you have to write that here, 10.75. Okay, so that is the accurate answer. Okay, any doubts?
No.
Okay, fine. So this is all about these numerical. Okay, let us see. Okay, this one example I am giving you to for the assignment again. Just take a screenshot of this. Just let me know once you will complete that screenshot. Done? Have you taken the screenshot?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, just a minute. I am just allowing you all to the send a chat message. Okay, so you can send me a message. You can put your attendance. Just put your roll numbers. Okay, don't write your names. Just put your roll numbers. Okay, those who have marked attendance can leave the class immediately. Okay, you can leave.